Police are investigating after a group of stunt drivers stopped traffic on a major Ontario highway. In video posted online, a driver is seen doing donuts in the middle of the road. The video also shows a long line of stopped traffic, as well as several onlookers recording the stunt. The incident happened on Highway 409 near Pearson International Airport. For more on this, we've reached the CBC's Greg Ross in Toronto. He's near Highway 409 where the incident took place. So, Greg, what do we know so far about this?
Well, Andrew, police are now telling us they believe this happened early Sunday morning. That's when calls started coming in to Toronto Police and the OPP, and it happened, as you mentioned, on the 409. If you look just over my shoulder here, just down the ways there's a bend in the highway, and police believe that's where this happened. That's where several people blocked off the highway. A number of cars blocked the highway, and that sports car can be seen doing donuts in the middle of the highway. And again, people out of their cars, some of them shooting video, others just watching as this car continues to do those stunts. And at one point, this cell phone video kind of turns the other way, and you can see that line of cars blocking the eastbound lanes of traffic. Obviously a very dangerous situation. We're going to bring in OPP Sergeant Carrie Schmidt here to talk a little bit about this video. And Carrie, the first thing we have to talk about is just how dangerous it is to actually stop in the middle of a busy highway like the 409.
Well, it's a controlled access highway. Traffic's going at full speed around a blind curve late at night. You're not expecting any slowdowns or any interruptions. No warnings at all, and by the time you realize there's taillights in front of you and realize they're stopped, it could have been too late. Now, fortunately, there was no collisions that were reported, but again, this kind of behavior, hijacking a highway for someone's thrills to be performing these kinds of stunts, dangerous driving, absolutely ridiculous and irresponsible, and something that we should not have any part of in society today.
We talk about the dangerous to other motorists driving on the highway, but what about the people who are getting out of their cars, videotaping this, and watching this person do these stunts?
Yeah, well, you don't know who this person is, or maybe you think you know who they are and you think they're a good driver. One slip of the foot, one slip of anything, and this car could go careening into the wall or into another vehicle or into a person. And also, the opposite side of the highway, which isn't blocked, is being overcome with smoke and distractions. And again, there could have easily have been vehicles getting themselves into trouble and people getting hurt, all for this kind of behavior. Unacceptable, and that's why we have investigators right now poring over this video, taking tips from the public, from some of the participants as well, calling out who were the organizers and the participants in this activity. And again, this is a public highway that, it's a privilege to drive on, and when people take privileges and liberties that aren't theirs to take, obviously we have an issue with that, and we're going to hold those people accountable.
And when you say you're going to hold them accountable, they could be facing some pretty serious charges.
Absolutely. You see the dangerous driving first and foremost with that driver, and then whatever, the common mischiefs that are happening, the negligence that's going on, the civil liability that could have been as a result of any collision or activity. And this is something we've seen in the past. This is not unprecedented. We've seen this on other areas with motorcycles and other sports cars, even in communities in Toronto where groups take over an intersection, surround it with vehicles, and drivers start doing these same kind of stunts in your neighborhood, and with sidewalks and pedestrians and cyclists and who knows what's going on. There really are true risks and dangers here that people need to understand, and we need to make sure that people understand this is not cool and completely unacceptable.
You talked about the fact that people are coming forward, and you're saying even some of the people that were there at the time have come forward to give you guys some tips.
That's right. Yeah, we have been getting tips already, and officers are continuing to follow up on those leads and tips. And anyone else with information, obviously encouraged to call local police service, Crime Stoppers, the OPP, and we're going to follow up with every one of those tips.
Obviously, Andrew, this is a very, very busy highway again, so police are continuing to investigate, trying to not only figure out who the person was behind the wheel of that car, some of the people that were involved in organizing this, stopping all lanes of traffic. Obviously, a very coordinated effort in doing this, and they're hoping that they can track these people down as soon as possible, Andrew.
All right, Greg, thank you. That is the CBC's Greg Ross live in Toronto.